Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Dr. Sujat's Academy. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe my channel and do not forget to hit the bell icon to get the notifications on my latest videos. Thank you. Hello my dear students, today I am going to discuss with you about sequencing in production and operations management. We have here one problem. Rajeshwari Engineering. Rajeshwari Engineering works at Patna, has been given a contract to make 7 components by Indian Railways. Each of these components requires processing on two machines M1 and M2 in the order M1 M2. The time which is given in hours required by each of these jobs for processing on the two machines is given below. So what we have to do, we have to find the optimal sequence for processing these 7 jobs. Now we have here, we have 7 jobs A, B, C, D, E, F and G, and this is the processing time of each job on each machine. Like for example, we have job A here. It takes 9 hours of processing on machine M1 and 2 hours of processing time on machine M2, and same is the case for rest of the jobs on each machine. For example, we have here G. It takes 7 hours on machine M1 and 6 hours of machine M2. From this information, what we have to do, we have to prepare the optimal sequence, and along with that we are going to calculate the idle time of both the machines M1 and M2. Now here in this problem we are going to use Johnson's method. Here Johnson's method, what it talks about, it talks about n number of jobs which have to be sequenced on 2, 3 or more than 2 machines. So we are going to adapt here Johnson's method, as we have here 2 machines M1 and M2. So we are going to use Johnson's method, and let us see how we are going to prepare the best sequence and how we are going to calculate the idle time for both the machines. Now if we look at both these two machines M1 and M2 and see the smallest processing time here, it is 1 here, and this smallest processing time is for the job F, So what Johnson says, he says this job should be scheduled at the beginning of the processing sequence. So which job? F1. It has to be scheduled at the beginning of the processing sequence, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to schedule first this job only. Which job is that? F job in the optimal processing sequence, right? So we are going to do it like this. For example, now we have here optimal sequence. So what we are going to do, first we are going to process job F. We are going to process. So what we are going to do now, we are going to color the job F here. Now if we see the next here, the next lowest time is here, or the smallest time here is M2 for the job. On M2 for the job A is 2 hours, right? So what Johnson method here talks about, Johnson method says here, whenever a job has the smallest processing time on machine 2, this is the smallest processing time on machine 2, right? It should be scheduled at the end of the sequence. Now if we have this sequence here, optimal sequence, we have started with F. Now if we go like this only, at the end we are going to schedule this job, that is job A. So it should be scheduled where? It should be scheduled at the end of the sequence, right? So let us schedule it at the end of the sequence, that is here A. Now what we are going to do, we are going to color this job A also. Now if we see the next lowest processing time here is what? It is 3 hours, right? It is 3 hours on machine M1 and the job is D. So what we are going to do, we are going to put this in the sequence after F in the left side, right? So how we are going to do it? So we are going to put it like this, D. Fine. So now we have how many here? Job A, job D and job F, right? So let us color this job also. Now if we see next, the smallest processing time here is 4 on machine 2 for job B. So what we are going to do, we are going to schedule it before A from the end of the sequence or from the right side of the sequence, right? So it will be like this, right? B. Let us color that job also, job number B. Now if we come back here and see, we have on this machine M1, we have the lowest here. Lowest of all is here now 4, which is on machine M1 and the job is E. So what we are going to do, after D we are going to put job E in the optimal sequence, right? So we are going to put it like this, that is F, D and E. So let us color this job also. Now after this, if we see, we have the lowest processing time here now, it is 6 for job G on machine M2. So what we are going to do, we are going to put job G in the sequence from the right side before B, right? So it will be like this, fine. And after that there will be C, because only one job is left. Let us color both these two jobs now. So this is the optimal sequence of the jobs on both the machines, that is machine M1 and M2, that's F, D, E, C, G, B and A. So this is the optimal sequence for scheduling the jobs. Now whatever we have found out here, that is the optimal job sequence. So we are going to put the jobs in that sequence only. This is the optimal sequence, that is F, D, E, C, G, B and A, right? So now what we are going to do, we are going to calculate the total performance time as well as the idle time of both the machines, that is M1 and M2, fine. Now if we see, the first job in this sequence is F. Sequence is, this is the first job in this sequence, that is F, and it has a process requirement of 1 hour on machine M1, right? It is given in the problem. It is given here, that is job F requires 1 hour of time on processing for processing on machine M1. So thus at time instant 0, it is processing will start on M1, right? And it will be over by time instant 1, right? Because it requires 1 hour of time, right? But if we see then the same job, that is job F, it is to be processed on machine M2 for 11 hours. For how many hours? For 11 hours, right? And hence we can say it will be sent to machine M2, that is this job F, it will be sent to machine M2 at instant time or time instant 1, and the processing will be over by 12 hours, right? 1 hour is here and these are the 11 hours, so 12 hours. And hence for this job, that is job F on both the machines M1 and M2, there will be no waiting time, that is the waiting time is 0, right? And hence if we talk of here, in time will be 0 for job F. 1 is the like a time requirement on for processing on machine M1 for job F. So this will be the like out time. The out time here will be the in time for M2 machine, and 11 hours are required on machine M2 for job F. So this will be 12 hours, and hence here the waiting time for the jobs is how much? It is 0. Now this is the out time of job F on M1, this will become the in time for job D on M1. And how much time is required for job D? It is how much? It is 3 hours. So 3 hours plus this 1 hour is how much? 4 hours, right? And here we have the finishing time for job F on machine M2 is 12 hours. So this will become here 12 here. And if we see the time required for job D on machine M2 is how much? It is 5 hours, and hence 12 plus 5 is how much? It is 17 hours out time, right? Now what we have to do, we have to calculate the waiting time here. Now if we see at time instant 4, job D is ready to be processed on M2. Am I right? Job D is ready to be processed on M2, but M2 is not free here, because here it is not free here, because it will be processing job F, so it is not free here, right? Therefore this job D has to wait for how many hours? It has here, it has finished at 4, after 4 hours, but यहाँ पर if we see, it will take 12 hours. If it will take 12 hours, so 12 minus 4 is how much? It is 8 hours. That means job D has to wait for 8 hours to work on the machine, to get processed on the machine M2. Now once the job D is finished on machine M1, so this will be the end time for job E. But if we see job E, how much time we need? We need 4 hours here, right? It's given here, and 4 hours of processing time are required here. So 4, it will be 8, and here we are going to take 17 as end time, right, for job E on machine M2. And how much time it takes on machine M2? It takes 6 hours for job E to process on machine M2. So 17 plus 6 is how much? It is 23, right? So now if we see here, the difference between 17 and 8 will be the waiting time here between these two machines for job E. Job E gets finished here in 8 hours, but here on machine M2, job D is still processing, right? So the difference between these two will be the waiting time here. So waiting time is equal to how much? 17 minus 8, right? And hence the waiting time here is 9 hours. Now if we see here, we are going to take this 8, and what is the processing time of machine C, of job C on machine M1? Of job machine C on M1 is 8 hours, and on M2 is 10 hours, right? 8 plus 8 is how much? It is 16, and here we are going to take 23, right? And on this machine it takes how much time? It takes 10 hours. That's 23 plus 10 is 33, right? So here if we see, job E gets over after these many number of hours, it takes 17 hours, but here it is getting over by how much? 16 hours only. So what's the difference here? The difference here is of 1 hour. Now if we see, it is how much? 16 and 23, that is 23 minus 16 is how much? This will be the waiting time of the job. How much is 16? 23 minus 16, it will be how much? It will be 7. Now here we are going to take how much? 16 here, right? Same timing here. At this time this job is going to get start, it is 16, right? But job G, it requires how much time? If we see, job G requires 7 hours on machine M1, that is 16 plus 7 is how much? It is 23, right? If we see here, we are going to get what? Here 33 will be the starting time, right? And how much time it takes job G on machine M2? It is 6 hours, that is 33 plus 6 is how much? 39 hours. And now see here, if we see the difference between these two, 33 and 23, this will be the idle time for the job, that is 33 minus 23 is how much? It is 10 hours, right? Now here job B, 23 will be the end time, and how much time it takes for the job B on machine M1 to process? It takes job B 5 hours on this machine, that is 23 plus 5 is how much? 28, right? 28. And here we have 39, and it takes how much time on machine M2? For job B it requires 4 hours, that is 39 plus 4 is how much? It is equal to 43. Now see the difference here, 39 minus 28 will be the idle time here, or waiting time. So it is how much here? It is going to be 11 hours. Now here it is 28, right? 28. And how much time it takes for job A? It takes 9 hours for job A, that is 28 plus 9 is how much? It is 37, right? 37. And here we have 43. And how much time it takes on machine M2 for the job A? It takes 2 hours, so it will be here how much? 45, right? And here the waiting time for the jobs will be how much? 43 minus 37 is how much? It is 6, right? Now if we see here the idle time for both the machines is given below. For machine, if it is machine, for machine 1 it is equal to how much? It is 46 minus 37. 46 minus 37, this is how much? 46 minus 37 is equal to 8 hours. And for machine 2 it is equal to 1 minus 0, right? Is equal to how much? It is 1 hour, right? Now if you see the idle time for the machine M1 is 8 hours, which we have calculated, right? As if we see it is last job, as the last job here, if we see the last job here is A, it gets over at the instant time 37, after which it becomes free, right? There is no other job. The final processing on machine M2 gets over only at instant 45, right? It will get over by 45, but the job A is getting over by how much? Only after 37 hours. But here the machine M2 is getting like over, the job is getting over, the process of the job A is getting over by 45 hours. Am I right? That is why 45 minus 37 is equal to how much? Sorry, it is 45 here. 45 minus 37 is 8 hours here for the machine M1, right? Now if we talk about the machine M2, the final processing on machine M2, if we see here, the final processing on machine M2, it gets over only at what? At 1, but it starts at what? It starts at instant 0, right? The idle time that we have calculated here is 1 hour. The calculated time here, which is for the machine M2, the idle time here is 1 hour. How is this 1 hour? If we see here, it is first job, that is first job is F. It starts at instant 1, right? It starts at instant 1 through the processing at M1. Starts at instant 0. That means it was idle for 1 hour. This machine M1 was idle for 1 hour. Thank you so much for watching this video.